Cancer, happy solar return. I am here to give you a wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip. And we are just looking at what's coming in for you this lunar cycle leading up to the new moon that will come in along with the changing of the nodes of destiny on July 18th. And that new moon will be in Leo. So really kicking off a big, bold new cycle. And we're looking at this interim period and what's going to be coming in with that Capricorn full moon that we just had on the 3rd. And in that time leading up to that new moon, I'm working with 2 different decks today. You're first out the gate because it is your birthday season, and that's the way we do it here at Broad Coven with any new reading series we start. I'm working with the Angel Tarot and I'm working with the Occult Tarot. So getting a little kind of like shadow light guidance about what's coming in since it is a very karmic time. And we are closing out that cycle with Scorpio at the South Node. So naturally, right as we're at the tail end of closing out that cycle, the shadow element's going to be a bit more forward. At bottom of the deck energy, we have the moon, your ruling planet. Okay, so your energy coming forward very strongly at this time. Gabriel, God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. Okay, so there's something coming through here about a message that's coming in during this cycle for you. This message, it sounds like it packs quite a punch. It has the power to kind of like take someone down, whether that is you or someone else. Remains to be seen. We'll figure it out as we get the details on the board. This is something you need to be aware of, though. I think that this message contains some very loaded information, Cancer. All right. Something that's kind of under wraps right now. I'm going to just get the cards out on the board for you, and then we'll jump off from there and do any clarification. Yes, this might have something to do with the past, because just as I pick up this occult deck, we have the World in reverse. So this is something that wasn't closed properly. That's what I got, okay? Something that should have been closed properly that wasn't. This could be an old relationship. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm also getting spell work that wasn't closed properly. This might be causing some negative ripple effect. The negative ripple effect comes through in this message. There's something you hear about, something that has the power to take somebody down, okay? I think it's something coming out that's been hidden or suppressed for a while. The World, Vipula, makes one skilled in labor and crafts. Increases knowledge of philosophy and science. Yes, and I'm really getting like metaphysics here, okay? I am picking up that working message for someone. There is this kind of almost Sphinx kind of energy. It's like a griffin energy with this lioness with these wings here. So this could, either the message could come from a Leo. Okay, I got that. Or it could be about a Leo, somebody with strong Leo placements in their chart. All right. This is something that's coming back around maybe to bite this person in the butt. You know, they weren't expecting that. Maybe they thought they had the situation under control. Maybe they thought they had a particular person under control. I'm just noticing this. See, this man here looks like he was wounded, potentially wounded by this person that is Leo strongly aspected in their chart, or it was a Leo man that was wounded. I don't know why I'm getting this message. They might have strong air in their chart too. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I see that where they were wounded before, maybe this person, since it was in reverse, has the upper hand now. They now have a grip on this situation. And whoever this person is trapped, okay? They could have Leo and air strongly aspected in their chart. I don't know why I got that, but it's just what came in. So let's just shuffle these a little bit. Okay, so already off to an interesting start for you, Cancer. And we know that you've had a lot of stuff going on just with when we did the eclipse season predictions read for you, right? I had to divide it up in 2 for you guys because there was just so much coming in at the initial time. I kicked off that reading series, and then I had to do a second one for you all. And now this is coming in. So it looks like there's a lot that's kind of coming back around. Something was done. It wasn't closed properly. It looks like somebody was injured here. Somebody has been hurt here. Somebody who was hurt in this situation is getting the upper hand. They're getting a handle on things. The person who acted out of pocket, it feels like somebody did something here they shouldn't have. In some cases, somebody, some kind of working they shouldn't have might have been to injure another or to control another in some way. This is coming back around the bend. This person's going to get caught up in their own machinations. That's what I got. Somebody was trying to control something or someone, and it's backfiring. All right. Bottom of the deck energy. The moon. There's your energy again. I can't make it up. Beelzebub. All right. Makes manifest the apparitions of demons. Sets demons upon men to destroy them with vices. All right, so Cancer, I mean, your energy is coming forward very strongly. This could work one of two ways. This could either be that somebody tried to set something upon you. You know, maybe somebody was working with some kind of dark magic, some kind of moon magic. They really wanted to cause you some kind of suffering. They wanted to maybe control you. Maybe they were doing some kind of control working. I don't know why I got this, but this is like a wasp energy, all right? And so it makes me think of like just swarms of wasps, swarms of hornets, you know? And when I think of that, I don't know why, but I got this image of like a person's brain being like this hornet's nest, just filled with agitation, confusion, stress. This might have been the intention of the working, or it could have been that this is the nature of the person who did this working, okay? This isn't for everybody, but your energy is coming in very strong here. So I feel like either you were the target of this or we have to look at both sides, okay? So, you know if you didn't do anything, so don't take it on if it's not yours, okay? We have to all listen to readings, understanding that they're coming from a collective perspective. I'm talking to a bunch of different people, and we are in a karmic cleanup cycle. So, you know, there's naturally going to be messages that come out in both the shadow and the light, which is why I chose these two different decks, okay? So don't take it personally. But some of you, maybe when you were at a different time in your life, I'm picking this up, maybe when you were very reactive, you did some kind of working, you did it out of anger to bring some type of ending to somebody, and there was something about this that was not good, no bueno, and this is coming back around to be cleared up, you know. This is also in other cases, okay, this is somebody that's coming back around that you're going to hear from. They're not in a good space. Mentally, they're not in a good space. They might be somebody who's struggling with like some kind of addiction. They might be somebody who has some kind of issue that they are wanting you to help them find a way out of. Maybe they're leaning on you for support. This person is getting caught up by their demons. You know, they have a lot of vices, and it's like those things are coming home to roost for this person right now. You have to really think about your willingness to sort of like dance with this devil and help this person out in this situation, because I see that it could actually cause you some serious issues in your own life. You know, sometimes, though it's hard, you have to let people take a fall, but somebody is clearly taking a fall here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this deck a few more times. So I like to always cut in threes after I shuffle. 10 of Wands. Yes, somebody is very burdened here. Marbus. Again, there's the lion symbolism. Look at this. And holding like a pawn. There is a Leo involved in this situation somewhere. I'm very convinced of this. But this is coming. Some power play is coming in, and it could be through this message, and it comes in maybe in Leo season. Leo season will be coming in soon. If you're somebody who's born on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, this could be speaking very strongly for you. Causes and cures diseases, tells secrets and things hidden, can make one shapeshift. So I'm getting this very strongly. There's some message that's coming in. This message is inflammatory. It has the power to bring somebody down, okay? That's what I got. Having this information, it's like puts an ace up the sleeve. It allows somebody to have power in a situation where maybe in the past they were disempowered or otherwise injured, maybe even the target of this person that this message is about, okay? There's something here that allows somebody to make a power play, gives them strength to make some kind of move. This could also be a manipulative move that is coming from a Leo. Leo is factoring really strongly here. And when I think of Leo, I think of the Strength card, okay? And the Strength card is associated with the past. This is also the ability to triumph over the past or triumph over what has held back in the past. Some secrets being spilled, something that was hidden is coming to light. I also feel like this is going to make one shapeshift. In other words, when you get this news, whatever demeanor you're in or whenever this comes through, it entirely shifts your mood. Like you may be in this really like kind of calm, happy space when this comes through and this message comes in and it riles you up. You get very angry. I feel that would be if it's sort of like a karmic balancing coming in through this message, as in you are having something that you thought you hid very well come to the surface, or if you have been in a very like downtrodden space where you've been depressed or you've been dealing with a lot of challenges and you've been having a hard time, this news could make you delight because you kind of feel like, oh, now I finally got what I need to get out of this situation, and it puts you in a position where it's like checkmate, okay? So both are playing out. Some of you are on the receiving end of not so good news, but some of you, it actually turns the tables in a situation where you were injured. You'll know what side you're on, okay? It's coming through very strongly, and it is coming through as either or. You know, so you'll know. You know if you did something shady to somebody to harm them, okay? And there's the moon again. I'm telling you. Somebody did moon magic here, okay? Somebody did moon magic here, and it's backfiring big time. Backfiring big time. It's like those demons you thought you were turning on somebody else, they're coming back to ask you some questions. That's what I got, okay? That's for somebody, all right? For those of you that, you know you've been walking the good red road, you've been doing your thing, but maybe dealing with a lot of challenges, a lot you've been coming up against, feeling like you're in a bad luck cycle, you're about to be freed from that. And whoever tried to thwart you on your path, cause you problems, like they're starting to have this stuff come home to roost for them. Like tables are turning. It's a big checkmate moment. And it all comes through a message. And it's a message connected to the past. Woo! All right, we got a lot coming out here under the occult deck, all right? So, isn't this wild? Because everything here is coming in as a crossing influence, all of it. So what we know is that you are very much at like the crossroads in your life at this time and at this juncture. And it's very significant for you, as it is for everybody in the collective, leading up to the 18th with the new moon in Leo and the changing of the nodes of destiny from Taurus North Node into Aries North Node and from Scorpio South Node into Libra South Node. It's the Alpha Omega point, all right? It's a point of creative power where new directions are being birthed. And to come in with Leo, it's all being backed up by that life-giving sun and the new moon energy. So it's very potent, all right? Very potent new beginning. We got a lot of interesting messages coming in here. Okay, we have Ace of Swords, Umabel. God above all names, elevated, affinity and friendship. Obtain the friendship of anyone. Okay, so with the Ace of Swords here, but I want you to notice this. Look, there's this figure in the back that's kind of creeping, almost like a shadow, sneaking up behind this angel holding this Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords, it hasn't been drawn yet. You notice that? I find it very interesting. It's preparing to be drawn. It's preparing to be drawn and, kind of issue the command. When I think of that sword drawn, that Ace of Swords drawn, I think of the Queen of Swords. I think of the Queen of Swords who has a truth to speak, okay? She holds the sword, right? And in traditional tarot, she kind of holds out her hand like, All right, come on, step to me. What you have to say, it better match my receipts because I know what the truth is here. It also makes me think of the Justice card and time of karmic balance. And it, of course, makes me think of the Libra South Node, which is coming in as that balancing point between the Aries North Node, the Alpha and the Omega, all right? And so this is really about something related to karmic balance. Something is being karmically balanced here. The sword also makes me think of the message because the pen is mightier than the sword. So there's some kind of truth that's coming through. It is a truth. Whatever is being revealed in this message is a truth. Somebody knows it. Somebody knows it and they're creeping behind. I got this, and this person is trying to block this truth from coming through. This could be somebody that, you know, is from your past that's kind of like hanging around, you know, on the periphery, all right? And I do feel like you might hear from this person in that case. They might try to kind of like get on your good side or intercede in this message in some way, kind of paint a different picture. They know that this message, whatever's coming through, has the power to take them down, okay? This could be you trying to silence the truth if you know that you did something to cause harm purposefully to another, or if you did some kind of moon magic that maybe you weren't acting out of the best place, okay? And here's the thing, when it comes time to settle karma, balance things out, like the laws of nature, and when we're talking magic, and when we're talking working with alchemy, we are talking the laws of nature. The laws of nature don't care if you weren't in the best headspace when you did some magic and you made some mistake. It's like there's a certain price that you have to pay. The piper always has to be paid. So, you know, that's part of the path of alchemy, is really understanding the responsibility of wielding power and how essential it is that we're in clear places when we're doing workings. And just, you know, just to make it clear, it's never a good idea to do a working on another. It just isn't, because there's so much karmic load with that. And it's also manipulative, highly manipulative. I mean, all magic, any kind of magic, prayer, visualization, anything like that is manipulative in nature. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It means you are trying to affect a certain reality occurring. I mean, we do this with affirmations. People are manifesting, performing alchemy all the time. But when you're purposefully trying to control another or affect another's life, that's when it becomes distorted. And that's when there's always some kind of heavy karmic price to pay. So what I'm gathering very strongly in your situation is that somebody did something here, and it was manipulative in some way. It has a backstabbing element to it. It has a hidden element to it. So there's one of two scenarios playing out here. Somebody did something behind your back, and this is somebody that you trust. It's somebody connected to your past, and something's coming out about this. It's being revealed to you in a message, and something about this, whatever is revealed, gives you the upper hand. This person, who may also struggle with an addiction or have some other kind of vice or issue, may be trying to beat the message to the punch by coming around trying to get on your good side. You need to be aware of this and kind of wait for all the information to come through, because there's something that you're not seeing here. But I feel like a truth will be revealed here. For others of you, somebody did some kind of manipulative magic work. They did some kind of moon magic. They did it with an ill intent. They wanted to cause some harm. They wanted to cause some blockage. I'm getting strongly, they wanted to cause suffering. And I feel like mental suffering. Like they wanted somebody to feel confused. They wanted somebody to feel really like just so like in their head. I hate to say it. It almost has like the vibe of like wanting somebody to go crazy, like wanting to cause somebody so much duress that you make them go crazy. It's really creepy. I'm not liking the energy I'm tapping into here. And certainly this can be done as well through other means. It doesn't have to just come through magically. Like a person can manipulate somebody's social circle, a person can gang stalk somebody, and it can have the same result of just causing somebody so much emotional duress and confusion and not knowing who they trust that it can cause great suffering. In this case, this is coming back around. There's a message being revealed around this, with that Ace of Swords for the Justice to come in a case where there was any kind of like cyber stalking, cyber bullying, gang stalking, anything along these lines. There may be some kind of legal action being taken. It has the potential to bring somebody down. I do feel, I have to say, that we got the Queen of Swords here. And the Queen of Swords is coming in with this Ace of Swords. So that, again, Queen of Swords makes me think of that Libra energy. It makes me think of karmic balancing. The Libra energy is the energy that holds that Ace of Swords. So I feel like there's some Queen of Swords in this situation who's speaking the truth. This may be the Queen of Swords that's delivering the message. This is possible. Queen of Swords teaches geometry and measurements, increases one's intelligence, can transform a person into a bird. Whatever truth this Queen of Swords is speaking has the potential to set somebody free. And, you know, this could be around some kind of magic that has been done. We have the Magician, Baphomet. There might be some illumination around this. Says gives health and financial prosperity, connects one safely with the divine. Okay, so I'm a Libra. I'm a 5 placement stellium Libra, all in the first house of Aries. So I feel like what I'm saying right now, okay, about somebody doing magical workings is the truth. Okay, so it's trying to give you a heads up here. All right. It's really trying to give you a heads up here that this really does apply to someone. This person was trying to affect your health. They were trying to block your financial prosperity. Okay. It would be wise for you to just do a little warding at this time. All right. Nothing major. If this message is speaking to you, I would do some warding. Ted's shaking his head. Yes. Okay. Really simple. A really simple way to ward your home is you can get together sea salt. And then you can go ahead and do a smoke cleansing of your home, all right? Make some witch's salt. It's really easy to make. Do some smoke cleansing of your home. You can use any kind of herbs you're drawn to. You could use cedar. You could use Palo Santo. You could use sage. If you get sage, make sure it's either sage you've grown your own or, otherwise, there's a lot around sage. Sage is too frequently used, and there's certain responsibility with working with that plant ally. So cooking sage, garden sage, something that you can get your hands on that way. But when it comes to like silver sage, white sage, be mindful about using that. All right. But you can get together whatever herbs you want to smoke cleanse your environment, and then take the ashes of those herbs and you can mix them with sea salt. They call that witch's salt. And then what I would do is I would get together, like, I'm getting 7, for luck and blessing, and also just the number of spirit, okay? And we are in July, and 7 is your month, okay? So I would get 7 different protective and blessing herbs, spices, and you can research those. Just sit and ask spirit to guide you to what 7 herbs, spices you should use. Drop into that and they'll come through for you, all right? And then write them down. And if you're not familiar with this stuff, you don't know the metaphysical meanings of different herbs and spices, you can Google it, okay? And I think you're going to find that it's exactly what you need. This is also about you trusting your intuition more, trusting what you're feeling more. Some of you may have felt this. You may have picked up on this energy. You may have felt like somebody tampering in your energy space, or maybe somebody just driving some ill will toward your home. I'm getting like blockage around my throat with that. So something is coming through that doesn't want me to communicate that. So I feel like maybe that is the case. Maybe somebody was trying to, maybe somebody from your past was trying to drive some kind of like ill will toward your home. Maybe they wanted to create some kind of separation in your home. Okay, I got that. This could be a Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I mean, it's your energy, but you could also be dealing with somebody that has a strong water sign placement in their chart. Could be water Venus. I don't know why I got that. Water Venus. This person may approach you soon, okay? You might hear from this person soon. Causes all the love that may be, both of men and women. I feel like this is the kiss up energy because it comes in with the 5 of Swords. And there's the Leo again. Look at this. I can't make it up. Look at, there's the lion symbolism. We also have horse symbolism here. We have horse symbolism here a few times. We have goat symbolism too. Okay, so some different players involved in your situation could be Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay? Somebody did something manipulatively here, and it was to cause some kind of like disruption in a household, cause some kind of financial blockage, cause maybe even health problems, confusion. I'm feeling like mental health problems. And I don't think the person who did this is very mentally stable, honestly. They're acting out of a mentally unstable place. That applies whether they did a working or whether they are just manipulating like the social circle or trying to manipulate you through like bullying you or ganging up on you or spreading some kind of gossip or slander. I'm picking up like lover energy around this. So I do feel like there's a love story that's connected to this whole issue. And this is the problem. But with the 5 of Swords coming in with the 9 of Cups, beware, because somebody approaches. Maybe this is the person that reaches out with a message. Somebody approaches under the guise of it being loving. This person has 5 of Swords in mind. 5 of Swords is like betrayal, all right? You need to be aware of this person. It says, builds high towers, castles, and cities, afflicts men for many days with wounds full of rot and maggots. So when I see that, rot and maggots, it makes me think of coup. It makes me think of coup. It makes me think of coup. Coup is work on what has been spoiled in the I Ching. And that's when something is gone unaddressed for so long, it's festering, it's rotting, it's decaying, and that makes it even have more potency, more power. There actually is a form of magic that people work with this as well, where they work with rotting things and to cause affliction. That's a message for somebody out there. I do feel like there's either a cross watcher energy or there's somebody that will receive this read that did this kind of work. It's not going to turn out well for you. You got a tower coming. You can build your tower as high as you want. That tower is going to fall, you know. That's the whole thing that happened with the Tower of Babel. You wanted to create confusion, huh? I mean, the Tower of Babel, the whole reason why that tower fell was because there was this desire to build this tower so high it would be higher than the heavens, you know. That tower came down. Why? Because of confusion. It came down because of confusion. That's why there were all the different languages. Nobody could communicate with each other. I feel in a group dynamic where problems like this were created, these people are all turning on each other. They're confused. Now they don't know who to trust. Whatever they tried to decay is now decaying for them, and it's like rotting their mind. I got like it's making me think of oh, who did that song where it's like talks about maggot brain? Who did that? Is it Parliament? Funkadelic? I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll look it up and I'll pin it in your comments because I feel like there's a message in that for you all. Beware of who approaches you and it seems friendly, especially if you know that this person's done you dirty in the past. Nothing's changed. This person's still on their shit, okay? For some of you, this is somebody who did magic, okay? And it's interesting because it tried to thwart me off of that track. The energy, just tapping into the energy, tried to thwart me off the track of telling you what to do towards your space, okay? So you get your 7 herbs, all right? You get your 7 herbs and spices. You get your original recipe. Don't you tell anybody what you use. Keep it quiet. You keep it quiet. I wouldn't even tell anybody you did this. Just keep it quiet, okay? Get them together and you first mix all of your, your smoke cleansing ashes, your smoke cleansing ashes with sea salt. Make your witch's salt. Then you take that witch's salt and you mix it with those 7 different spices, herbs that you create, your own secret blend, right? And you like mix it together in a mortar and pestle if you got it, right? Really mix it up, get visceral with it. You can even just speak prayers over it, prayers of protection. I got Psalm 23 coming in around that if you want to work with that, okay? Just infuse it with a lot of love. You can also just like speak your own prayers into it. Whatever comes naturally to your heart is right, okay? And you can have that all, charged up with your intention, and then take it and just sprinkle it over all the thresholds in your home. Anywhere where you got a doorway, just a line, okay? And that'll just ward your space. And if you really feel like the energy has been heavy in your home, because there was energy coming towards your home, believe it or not, nobody even has to do any kind of magical working to direct that kind of energy at your home. You get enough people talking in the community, you get enough gossip stirred up, you get enough problems stirred up, like that is an energy all its own. It's a frequency, okay? And it absolutely can ripple out and affect you if it causes problems. Like, let's say you got a partner, let's say you're married and you're living together, and this has gotten into their head because they've heard stuff around town. That's going to bring a certain kind of sickness into your home. So if you're dealing with anything like that, to alleviate that sickness, take that same warding witch's salt blend and just put a pinch of that salt in each of the corners of each of the rooms of your home. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. It'll really help, okay? I got that very strongly. Yep. You do this because you're being asked to work with magic a little bit in your situation. You're also being asked to work with like some protective magic in your situation to ward against this and to alchemize the energy that's already present. For some of you, it was put on you by somebody doing workings, and for some of you, manipulating in other ways within the community, within the social circle, even on your job, I got, okay, very strongly, because there's a blockage that was trying to be done in the areas of health, finances, mental well-being, and in particular, problems within a home, okay? You do this, it connects you safely with the divine, like you'll be shielded, you'll be covered. There's no need for you to do any like workings to get back at somebody. I saw something recently, I was like, that's so stupid. Somebody put up something where they're like, oh, just put them on ice. Just write it down and put it in a thing of water and put it in the freezer, and you can like freeze that person's actions. That's a binding. Like, it brings a whole bunch of mess with it, okay? So I don't recommend that. Don't just listen to just anybody about how to work with alchemical things like this, because some of these things can cause disastrous results where you freeze that person. Eventually, do you understand? You're going to be frozen, because that's how it works. That's how it works. That's your frequency, all right? So where you want to control somebody's actions and forward progression, eventually that boomerangs back around and you find yourself in the same boat, because it's your energy. It's not about threefold or any of that. It's not about any of that. It's not about any of these rules. It's just that that's your energy. So ultimately you own that. That's the way that works. So to protect yourself from this stuff, all of this, whoever's generating it and how, all you need to do is really just protect your own energy. Cover your own energy, and that will preserve your health, your peace of mind, your financial prosperity. You'll be connected safely with the divine, all right? Yes. And you just need to do this. It's coming forward very strongly, because I feel like somebody's been holding a grudge for a really long time. This is like ancient history. For some of you, it is ancient history. It's interesting that I brought that in about the I Ching. Could go back to even, during the times of Confucius dynasty. Okay. This is like, old stuff, I don't know why Confucius came in there, but, during that time, during that era, China, yeah, interesting. feudal lords. Interesting. I got a lot of interesting messages coming in around that. If you feel like a connection with China or the Mongolians, you know, this message might be coming in strongly for you. This could be past life karma that's being cleared out this life. Maybe you're needing to settle a score. For a lot of you, though, I feel like this is just like old, you know, old stuff. It festered. It was never dealt with. And it's coming back around. It's coming back around. And somebody really does need to do some wardings and be aware of somebody who wants to approach them because they don't have the best of intentions. All right, I'm going to do a cut of the deck on this, and then we're going to give you an overarching theme. Let's see what we got here. 10 of Pentacles, look at that. So if you do the warding, you have financial prosperity assured. And for those who are in marriages, or you are in a committed relationship where you're building together, or you have a business, you know, something that's like your legacy, something you've been investing your time and energy into building, and you feel like you've really been taking some blows and had some tower moments. With this 10 of Pentacles coming in, look, the sword is raised now. I love the imagery with the sword and the shield. Look, that Ace of Pentacles, your new beginning is assured, it's covered, it's protected. I love this. 10 of Pentacles, Manadel, the honorable God, inner and outer work helps one keep their job and protects against disasters. Whoo! All right. It doesn't get more confirming than that. Inner and outer work helps one keep their job, protects against disasters. So please, if you are somebody who did this, you know, maybe it's time you issue the message. If you know that you stepped out of pocket, that you made a mistake, or there's something you did to purposefully cause harm to another in the past, there's something here about like just owning up to it, being real about it, doing the work. And obviously, if you acted out like this, like maybe you need to go and get some therapy. Go get some support, because that's not a healthy way to behave, and it's not the way to deal with difficult emotions or circumstances that come up for you, okay? So this is, you know, at the forefront here. There's a pearl of wisdom that can be gleaned out of a past like that, even if you know you're the one who didn't do right. For some of you going through a recovery process, because that came in, this may be part of your 12 steps. Somebody may be at the point of preparing to make amends, and they're very nervous. Oh, I got sentience around this. They're very nervous about how it will be received, you know. They may feel like they have to approach somebody who's going to be very much on guard, and I think there's a rightfully so. I feel this coming in, like there's an acknowledgement of this rightfully so, okay? But there's protection here against disasters. So in that case, like owning your actions, it can really balance this karma. So don't underestimate that. If you've been feeling like I should speak this truth, or I need to get this off my chest, and I need to, you know, make this confession and make amends, make it right. This will only restore your honor if you do this. I feel this very strongly, okay? And for those of you where actions were taken against you, you know, doing this work, like I was talking about, you know, like doing the warding, you know, will definitely help you, and connect with your spiritual support at this time. I get really big, you know, Archangel Michael with that, such a warrior kind of protective energy, all right? Feel that very strongly. What's on the other side of the deck here? Temperance, yes, balance, okay? Chowakya, the god of joy. Reconciliation brings the favor of one those has offended. So look, this is even like asking for forgiveness, connecting with spirituality. Look, putting the sword down. Isn't that beautiful? I love how that imagery came out. You know, very afraid of being attacked for speaking a truth, for making a confession. This could even be somebody that comes your way. Maybe they really hurt you in the past, and so you have a certain fear, a certain resistance You'll know which side you're on. It's playing out in both ways, and I'm getting that very strongly in this situation. So this is really about just knowing what position you are in this story. One person is very defensive, very fearful of this approach, doesn't trust it. The other person is genuinely sorry and really wants to make amends. They do not have their sword up. Their sword is down. They're taking a knee, okay? They're taking a knee, so they're coming forward in a way of not wanting to cause any further harm, and also understanding that they did something that compromised their integrity, okay? I have that very strongly. I also see that maybe you will put down your sword as well when you understand sort of the other perspective in this situation, okay? Yeah, they're working through something in this situation. It's pretty heavy. 3 of Pentacles. Some of you, it occurred on work, in relation to your work, or even on the job, okay? But this is about you having, you know, certain mental majesty. You know what I mean? Like just being able to master your reaction time, not being so quick to be reactive, knowing when to hold back, you know, knowing when not to fire off, you know, at the mouth, knowing when to hold your tongue, knowing when to sort of like keep quiet and listen more or observe. This protects against sorrows and illness, okay? So there's some kind of healing process you're going through here. It gets kicked off with a message. This message has the ability to like take someone down. That's what I got. It has the ability to take someone down. But it's all about what you do with the information and how you move forward. Also, in cases where you have been feeling a lot of negativity directed at you, make sure you ward your space. But if you do all this, though there may be some disruption, though there may be some initial confusion, though there may be some fear, some overprotectiveness, and you might have somebody trying to kind of like pull the wool over your eyes because they don't want to have accountability. I see that you get through the other side, and there is something that can be worked through here. Something works out, something's balanced out, and the prosperity, the work, the home situation, it's preserved. Your 10 of Pentacles is preserved, and so that's a good sign. I wish you blessing and luck as you move through this cycle. It sounds like it'll be a little challenging, but you're going to come out with everything preserved. So just remember to keep the faith.